Hello, I'm going to be showing you how to create a classroom web page using Google Sites. The first step you want to do is go ahead and sign into your Google or Gmail account. Once you've signed in, just go ahead and search Google Sites and click on the link right here that says New Google Sites. On this page, you're going to want to click on this little red circle on the bottom right, the plus sign. And this is going to be where you can access and edit your Google site. Now, the first thing I would recommend doing is clicking on this publish button up top. And this is where you're going to name your Google site. So you'll notice that if you type in something pretty generic, it's going to prompt that this name has already been taken. So you want to write something maybe a little more specific. Okay, don't go too crazy, nothing too long, but you'll see that you'll get a little check mark here. That means that this name is available. So you can publish your site under this name. So I'm going to click on the publish button. Now your site has been created. Now after you've done that, I would recommend up here in the top left corner where it says untitled site, just write the name of your site again. Click somewhere else and it'll appear right here as well. Now this is your title page, your home page. So you may want to write like a little message or something for your students. And this is your home page. If you come over here to the kind of right column over here where it says pages, click on that button. This is where you're going to be able to access and create new pages in your website. So notice right now all we have is a home page. So we're going to want to create some new pages. And I would start off by creating a page, a specific page for each class you have. So I'm going to click on this button at the bottom that says add a page. The screen will appear and I'm going to write the name of my first class. I'll press done. And now that class, my second period, has its own unique page. I'm going to add another page, this time for my third period class. Press done. My third period has a specific page on the website. Add another page for my last period. Press done. And now my fourth period has its own page. Now, if by some chance you made an error, like for example here, I should have put space B instead of A. Well, I can fix that by just simply either editing it. So you can right click on there on the page, and now I can actually edit what it says. So I can put a B here instead. Now, click somewhere else. And you notice right here it stays A, but I can just erase it and put B. Okay. Now, if for some reason, say you added a page and you put something, say for example, you create a page that you didn't want to create just by accident, or you didn't like it and you want to delete it, all you simply got to do is just hover over that page and you're going to see these little three dots over here on the side. Click on those three dots. It's on this little option here, go ahead and click delete, and that page goes away. Okay. So notice as we've created the pages here, they've appeared here on the top of the screen as well. So this is how students are going to access those pages. Now, if you want to see what the website looks like to people, okay, you're going to click here, and then you're going to click on View Published Site. Now, notice when I do that, it's going to look a little off. This is the site. Well, you'll say to yourself, what about all these edits and all the pages I just created? Well, it turns out that those haven't appeared yet on the actual site. In order for them to appear, I'm going to exit out of here on this tab. In order for any edits you made to appear, you have to click publish. Every time you click publish, now all those edits will appear on your actual site. So I'm going to click on this little arrow again, click on view publish site, and you'll notice this is what the site should look like, and this is what the site will look like to students. So you got your home page, and you got your unique pages for each class period up here. Now every time that new tab opens and you want to edit your site again, I really recommend you exit out of that tab to kind of get it out of the way, and now you're back to that editing site. Okay? So after you've created your unique classes, here's what I recommend doing next. You can create pages for each of these specific classes, and you can divide them up however you want to. But what I'm going to do is, say for instance for second period Chem A, I'm going to hover over it. I'm going to get these little three dots, click on those little three dots, and I'm going to put in add subpage. Now what I'm going to do is, this is going to add a subpage for my second period class. Now the way I'm going to divide up my pages within my second period class is by units. So say for instance unit 1 matter. Done. So now my second period has its own subpage in there, in this case for unit 1 matter. I hover over second period again, click on the little dots, add another subpage, and this time I'm going to put unit 2, atomic theory. Done. Now I got another subpage under Chem A. Hover over Chem A again, add a subpage, unit 3, periodic table, click done. And now I have under my second period all the different units that we're going to be covering. Now I can hover over specific units and create subpages underneath those units. So I'm going to hover over unit 1, click on the three little dots, and I'm going to add a subpage again. Now this is going to be under unit 1. So let's say for example I put a date or something, March 1st, and what is matter? Press done. You'll see now under unit 1 matter, I have a subpage for what is matter. That might be my lesson. This is my unit for the week or so, and here's the specific lessons for this unit. So I hover over unit 1 again, press the three little dots, add subpage, and maybe the next day on March 2nd, we cover properties of matter. Done. Okay, so now my unit 1 has these two subpages. Remember, these are the specific lessons that we covered for unit 1. And I can keep doing that. And a subpage 3, and maybe states of matter. Done. And I can keep doing that. I can include as many lessons as I want. And on each of these pages, I'm going to be able to add content, which we'll talk about next. Now remember, all of these things I've added have not been saved to the actual site yet. In order for that to happen, I need to click publish. So make sure you always just kind of click publish. And even if you need to delete something, say for instance you didn't want this one, for example, I'll delete it. Okay, if you delete it, you press publish, and it'll save your new changes on the actual website. If you want to see what this looks like on the actual website, once again, you just click on the little arrow here, view publish site. A new tab is going to appear, and you'll notice here, click on my home page here, notice that second period now has this little tab when you hover over it. I got all my units, right, that I just added, And notice for Unit 1 where I've been adding my different lesson pages, if I click on this little arrow, it'll show the specific lessons that we covered for that unit. Okay, so I can click on that. There you go. So remember, this is what the published website looks like. I'm going to exit out of this tab so I can go back to editing. So I might create a few more pages here for these different units, and I might add units to these periods right here. And you can add whatever other pages or however you want to organize this. It's up to you however you want to do that. What I'm going to be doing in the next video is showing you how to kind of customize these pages and give them a little more character and add some content to the pages.